I feel sorry for the kind of suffering you have to endure right now. Using an eye monster should be an unbelievable undertaking, but I hope you'll be able to give us the intelligence we need to destroy the enemy. I hope you're a spy, not a traitor. Oh, I am definitely a traitor. Alright guys, so I've been sitting here, as you can tell, I've got it loaded up here. I've been working on this video here, editing it, and all it is just me talking about the M1 chip on my new Mac Mini and why I got it and everything, and it's just not very coherent. And it's from a live stream that I did last night where I was just chatting, and even though it's laid back, I think I can go ahead and just talk about it right here better. So that's what we're going to do. For one, why did I even consider going to Apple as someone who uses Linux? Well, my graphics card and power supply died. I needed something new, and just getting a graphics card alone, especially one that I want, is going to run me anywhere between $900 and $1,200. Not to mention I also got to get the power supply, so like that's a thing. Or I had a buddy talk to me, he's like, look, I know Mac's not your thing, but you know, the M1 chip is very surprisingly performant, and it probably can do everything that you need out of it. Might as well try it. And I mean, he convinced me. I got the base model Mac Mini. I'll go ahead and switch over to my desk view so you can take a look at it. We've got it right here. You can see I've got external storage over here, because again, this is the base model, just 256 gigabytes of storage, 8 gigabytes of RAM, and the 8-core CPU and 8-core GPU in one chip. This thing has blown my socks off. I'm touching it right now. I've got DaVinci Resolve running, OBS. I've had Blender and Unity running at the same time while streaming. It can really keep up. This thing surprises the hell out of me. And it's warm to the touch, like slightly warm. It's insane. The fan is on, but I have to like put my head down to it to even tell that it's on. And I like the fan that I've got going on, the overhead fan in my room, just because I do like it cool, is by far the loudest thing in this room, and it's not even that bad. So I can't hear this thing at all. It can sit on my desk. I love it. This thing has blown my socks off. Like I cannot believe how much it can keep up with, and at the same time, how cool it continues to be. I've played Alien Isolation on this thing. I tried playing it while streaming, recording and streaming. I can't remember. One of the two, maybe both. Either way, OBS and Alien Isolation is not like a good mix on this device, but it can play it. Like, it can definitely play it at 1080p. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. And at decent settings too. Like I just at 720p too, I could keep my defaults where I was running it on my older computer when I still had the 5700 XT in, because that's the last time I played Alien Isolation. So it had all the highest settings. So this thing can play Alien Isolation 720p at the max settings, and it was playing at like 60 FPS, or at least that's what it looked like while I was recording. Very good. So I mean, this thing packs a punch. That's why I'm definitely going to be keeping it, because it's freaking amazing. Now I am someone who likes Linux, so Can I use Mac OS and not Linux? Like, let's be honest, yes. I am not the type of person that just will not use anything that's not FOSS, because it's not FOSS. Like, that's not me. I won't use Windows 10 because I don't trust Microsoft worth. I just don't trust Microsoft for anything. And I also know that they just don't really care about their Like, here's the thing. Even though Microsoft may care about their customers, I don't believe they do, because they've historically shown that they don't care. Mac, on the other hand, has done some questionable things in the past, but to me, Apple takes every misstep and learns from it. And at the same time, they take security very seriously. Now, let me go ahead and preface that with this statement. If you don't trust Apple or any company with your information whatsoever, that's smart. That's like, you're not doing anything wrong. You're actually doing stuff right. You should never inherently trust anybody with your information. So if you are the type of person that is not interested in Apple knowing anything about, like, if you've never had an iCloud account, you've never, had an product before, I'm not saying the M1 chip is so good that you should give up, your privacy that you've, built up and sort of saved and kept for yourself. I'm not saying give it up because the M1's that great. Like, no. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying at all. I've had an iCloud account in the past. I've had Apple products. Not, again, in the past, my problem with Apple has always been their actual, like, products, like hardware products themselves. They're extremely expensive and, historically extremely expensive, and graphically speaking, when it came to what I like to do, like, making games or doing stuff in 3D, playing 3D games, they've sucked. All of a sudden, with this new M1 chip, the at least base model Mac Mini is, it's not cheap, but it is definitely affordable, and it packs a punch. Like, it can game. It can game, and it can keep up with a very intensive 3D workflow. Like, I don't know, running an entire game engine, Blender, OBS, multiple browser windows, Discord open all at the same time on a base model 8 GB RAM like model. That it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. But yeah, Apple and security and stuff like that, it's just your privacy and security is on a spectrum. And so, like, essentially, for you to interact with anyone online, you have to have an internet provider so that you have an IP address so that you can, well, interact with people online. And so you're already giving, like, just to interact on the internet, you're giving up privacy, to some extent. But really, in all reality, it's just everyone's privacy threshold, or where you are on the privacy spectrum, is completely up to you, and what you feel comfortable with. So don't take this as me saying, I love Mac OS and Apple and give up, the privacy that you have on Linux to come over. No. I love Linux. I love FOSS software. That being said, I am somebody who wants to make a game, also does want to make, better quality videos and stuff like that. And my preferred video editor, to be honest, is DaVinci Resolve. I know it's not FOSS, it's not free and open source software. That being said, it's a fantastic piece of proprietary software, because, again, I'm not one of those people that just because something's proprietary, it's garbage. No. The licensing of it doesn't matter that much to me. Like specifically what license it's under. No, it does the product warrant a proprietary license? Now, granted, some people would say that no piece of software warrants proprietary license. Really, what I'm saying is does the software, do I enjoy using the software enough? And does the software help me get the tasks that I want to get done faster? And if it does, then it most likely justifies the proprietary license that they've chosen, as long as it's not, you know, insane. Like, I mean, Unity and Unreal, I love their licenses. They're not open source, they're not GPL, but they make sense. They want to give you a product that you can use, learn, and develop and get started making games. And then once you are making money and you have created a substantial business using their product, all they want is a little bit of kickback for helping you get to where you've got, and using their product to, well, run your business. And I don't have a problem with that. That's even though it is a proprietary license, it makes sense and it's pretty respectful. I mean, sure, some people might argue that Unreal's 5% is too much or whatever, but really, by the time you're making enough money to have to pay that 5%, you're probably doing fine, especially if you're a smaller studio. I know with Unity, it's like $100,000. Same thing with DaVinci Resolve. You get a free product. Yes, the license is not open source, but that being said, you get a free product. That's a fantastic video editor. And then if you want to do like the more extreme stuff, like you're working with like 4 or 6K Blackmagic footage, stuff like that, buy the studio version if you need to, but most likely you won't need to. So, it's just one of those things. Proprietary versus FOSS. For me, I would prefer stuff be FOSS. Maybe not in all cases, but because there are, again, some cases where FOSS doesn't really make sense. Unity being one. If Unity was completely FOSS software, nobody would pay, 5% or whatever they asked. Just people wouldn't do it. Corporations wouldn't do it. Corporations would take that profit and keep it. So, it makes sense. But when it comes to Mac and Apple, for one, I have really enjoyed using macOS. It's been great. It's very much surprised me on how security focused macOS is. And I'm talking about this in complete regards to compared to Windows. macOS has blown my socks off. Compared to Linux, it's just got like essentially like, as someone who's been using GNOME lately, it's pretty similar to GNOME actually. Like, yeah, it's got its own Apple thing going on, but it's actually pretty similar to GNOME. But anywho, I'm sure Apple would hate for me to say that, or even the GNOME project would probably freak out at me saying that. But either way, yeah, to be honest, it's very easy to use. Obviously, it looks good. It's Apple. They put a lot of work in designing it and everything. It looks good, runs good. It's surprisingly like security focused. I don't know about privacy because again, I'm definitely giving Apple information, even though I don't have location services on, and I've done some stuff to not send Apple as much information as I could. I'm sure there's still something going on. Like, I'm sure when I install an app from the App Store, like their server pings me or, stuff like that. So, it's one of those things where, I don't know, I don't really care too much, only because it's not like I intrinsically trust Apple, but I do have a much more respectful view of Apple and their commitment to security compared to Microsoft. That being said, it's not like, again, I trust them inherently with my security. I just feel like they do a little bit better job of it. Just keeping stuff, because all of my passwords are kept locally and, encrypted. So when they are, like, any passwords for like accounts that are backed up are encrypted, so like Apple can't read them. I mean, I like that stuff. Again, I'm not going to take Apple for their word for it, so I take it as like a grain of salt. Like maybe they're encrypted, like maybe they are encrypted, but Apple still does have a way of decrypting them. But anyway, so far I've really liked macOS. Now here's the thing: with all of that being said, am I going to stick with Mac if Linux, like, because everyone's saying that here before too long we'll be seeing official Linux support on the for the M1 chip. If that happens and the performance is just as good using Linux on the M1 chip, which I have a feeling Linux is going to be very much testing for a long time here on this device. As soon as Linux comes to it and I can use it for my workflow, of course I'm going back to it, obviously, because, well, let's be honest, Linux just respects my privacy and just respects me, and I value FOSS software. So if I can get a fantastic piece of hardware like this and get my favorite operating system, Linux, on it, yeah, of course I'm going to do it. I'd love it. It's just right now, for what I want to get done, I'm going to need to stick with Mac on this device. And I'm honestly not butthurt about it. It's not Linux, but hey, it looks good, works. That's really all you can ask, because I just want to get work done. That's really it. I just want to get work done. I want to get progress done on this game and get you guys some cool videos. So I know this has been a very rambly video, but hopefully you enjoyed it. And I'm just gonna like slap this in this project that you see right here in front of me, and yeah, then you'll watch it. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you did, and you're watching over on YouTube, I don't know why you're watching me over there, because you shouldn't be over on YouTube. What you need to do is hit that like button on your way down to the description where you can see my Odyssey link. Click that bad boy, go over to Odyssey, and you can watch all of my videos, and most likely a whole bunch of videos from the content creators that you're already used to watching over on Odyssey. It's a platform, it's a YouTube alternative. It's fantastic. It's much better than YouTube. You get rewarded for using it, and the rewards come in LBC, the cryptocurrency the platform's based off of, and yeah, you can have a great time with it. I sound like a salesman right now, and I'm not. I do not work or sponsored by Odyssey. I'm sponsored. I was about to do the distro tube, like outro, like I'm sponsored by you guys, the community. No, like I literally am sponsored by all of the fantastic people who watch me over on Odyssey, because you guys support me, and watch the content, and I get rewarded for it. Thank you guys. So yeah, I guess that's about it for it, for this video. Tell me what you think. You can call me a heathen, down in the comments below for using Mac, but yeah. And if I almost forgot, if you're watching this over on Odyssey, hit that fire and follow button if you're not already following me. Thank you. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.